Let's make some Kataifi Portokalopita.
Let's see what's cooking. Let's get the facts. Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Max 12.
Hello everyone. For this recipe, you'll need some Kataifi dough, which is basically shredded, finely shredded phyllo pastry. I found this at my grocery store in the freezer department. And you take it out of the freezer and let it defrost before you use it. I had bought 2 boxes of this because I had made some Dubai chocolate bars and some Dubai cheesecake bars, and I only used 1 box for that. So I had this other box that was sitting in the freezer and I wanted to use it up, so I found this recipe that looked interesting. So once your dough is defrosted, you're going to put it in an 8 by 11 inch baking dish that's been greased, and you're going to pull all those little strands apart. You want to make sure there are no dense clumps of pastry, that all those little fine strands are separated. This recipe calls for 1 cup of sweetened coconut, but if you don't like coconut, you can leave that out. Then pour on 1 cup of butter. The recipe calls for unsalted butter. All I had was salted butter, and I used that instead. And you know what? It turned out quite well, and I don't think it really made that much of a difference. You're going to work the butter into the strands of the kataifi. So you just kind of toss and turn and you rub it in so that all the little strands are coated. And the butter is warm and the pastry is really soft, and it's kind of an interesting sensory experience. Then take it and put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes or so until the top is a light golden brown, and then let it cool a little bit. Now for the custard part of this recipe, you'll need the zest of 1 large orange, and I'm using my zester. Now, if you're looking at essential kitchen items, especially if you bake, these zesters are fantastic and they work so well and do quick work at zesting an orange or a lemon. So I took all the zest off that orange, and in a large bowl I placed 4 large eggs, half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, half a cup of white granulated sugar, and 1 cup of plain yogurt, unsweetened, unflavored. And then 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which when I first saw that I thought was a little weird. That's a lot of baking powder, and baking powder has a tendency to have a bitter flavor to it, but you know what? It was fine. So don't freak out. A tablespoon is perfect for this. Mix that together. I whisked it up, and then I added the orange zest at the end, because if you try to whisk orange zest, the orange zest will end up stuck in your whisk. And then just stir that all together. And there's the pastry out of the oven. You can see it's just slightly brown on the top. You don't want it brown all the way through and super crispy. It'll stay a little bit soft in the bottom. Then, after you let it cool for about 10 minutes, go and take a knife or a fork and just move the strands around a little bit to loosen them. And then you can pour that custard mixture over the top. Now you'll see as I'm pouring here that the orange zest bits stay on the top, which looks nice because they're orange, but you'd like to try to get that orange flavor inside the cake. So what I would recommend is that you push those orange strands down into the pastry before you put this in the oven, just to get them inside, because I'll show you what after this is baked what it looks like and why I think you should do that. Then you're going to put this in a 350 degree oven and bake it for 30 to 40 minutes until it's done in the center. So basically I cooked it until it was golden brown, and when I stuck a cake tester in it, it came out clean in the center. Now we're going to make some soaking syrup, because there's more to this recipe. In this saucepan is the juice of 1 orange, about a half a cup. That was the juice of that large orange I showed you. 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water, and a cinnamon stick. If you don't have cinnamon sticks, you can just add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon to this. Then I stirred it until the sugar dissolved. I brought it to a boil, and then I continued to simmer it for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I skimmed off some of that orange stuff that was on the top. This is the dessert that's out of the oven. Let it cool for about 10 minutes. I poked a few little holes in it with a cake tester. And then after letting it cool for about 10 minutes, you're going to pour that syrup all over the top of it. And then let it sit for a little while until it cools. You can serve it still warm, or you can let it cool completely and serve it cold. Okay, now you can see what happens to that orange zest after it's baked. The orange zest gets dry and kind of leathery and really tough and hard to chew, and just it's okay, but it would be better if it was inside the cake instead of just being on the top like it is right now. Now let's talk about this dessert. I have never tasted anything like it in my entire life. It was really different and really good. Now what's great about this is that those phyllo pastry strands magically transform into cake. It becomes cake. You start off with strands, you end up with cake, which is kind of pretty amazing actually. So the center, as you can see here, it looks like cake. It has a texture of cake. The top has a few strands that get a little bit crispy, which gives it a nice contrast, a little bit of crispy on the top, and then you get that cake-like texture in the middle. Not super sweet, has a hint of orange and a little hint of cinnamon in it. It is super rich because it has olive oil and butter in it. A fantastic dessert, and is one that I will make again because everyone who tried it loved it and were really surprised on how it was made. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I have made 2 other recipes that use the Kataifi pastry, and those are Dubai inspired recipes, and those will be on your screen if you want to check those out. And thank you so much for watching.